Yay!
See, man, you just got to keep up with the kids, man. You got to keep up with the kids.
Fuck the kids.
And welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS argue, occasionally agree, and disagree about an artist. This week's artist is Seven Spires. Bill picked this week's artist. We appreciate it. It's a nice short discography, and it's not Creed, so thank you, Bill. That's Bill. With me is Tim,
That's me.
and I'm Jason. And you know who the fuck we are. If you don't, hit that like and subscribe, and you'll find out. I'm so hostile with the likes and subscribes. Maybe I should be more like begging, please, please like and subscribe us.
We got to start calling people fam or
Yeah, fam. Hook us
Bam.
up, fam.
right? Sup boys. It's your boys.
Hit us up, chat.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, today we're talking Gods of Debauchery, showing our fucking age like a motherfucker. That's
This
the
only came out
problem.
3 years ago.
Is it our age or our unwillingness to conform to a digital society?
I think the only people that'll like us will be old people, and they're not. They don't. Boomers don't know how to hit that like and subscribe button. I think that's our problem.
Shout out to mom. Thanks for watching, mom.
Yep. Shout out,
Your
mom.
support is always appreciated.
Did you have to walk her through how to like and subscribe? I had to do that with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Gods of Debauchery. Who wants to start this one off? I don't want to start this one off.
I'm gonna nominate Bill then.
Damn it, I was kind of curious what tangent Tim was going to go on.
No.
You
All
ain't
right.
ready for that. Pour it in the drink.
All right. Where do I start with this guy?
You want to go back and forth?
I'm gonna guess an instrumental.
Oh, yeah. Hey, nailed it on the head.
I can go back and forth.
I mean, I'll just rip this band-aid off right away. So, Wander, it was a solid opener for me, but it was by far my least favorite. Um, the other ones were just simply better. And then we get to Gods of Debauchery. I love the instruments going on, and the vocals are still going hard. I actually really like the guitar. That being said, compared to what we had going on before, it hasn't started as good. And I mean, Cursed Muse, I feel like was a heavy hitter. It's a good song, potential top song contender. Ghost of Yesterday was great, fast paced. This felt was a slap in the face, and you loved it. Then we got the Lightbringer. I love the sound of the vocals and the instrument mix. It was something different. And then I realized, oh shit, we've gone full pop.
Oh, don't get me started on Lightbringer.
Um, but then, thing is, after Lightbringer, you had Echoes of Eternity, which I felt was, well, at this point, it was the most pop style song. But I felt it was still great. That being said, um, Shadow, uh, again, kind of just carrying on that pop thing. I like the guitar intro going on with it though. Um, Dare to Live. I actually really like the beat and the vocals, and I actually felt that one was a top song contender, all things said and done. Sickness and Health, The God is Dead in all of its 10 minutes long glory, and Oceans of Time. I felt again, this is where they really just fully embraced pop at this point. And
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
let me
whoa.
be clear,
What was your notes for This God is Dead?
I
Full pop.
well, my full pop and my exact notes for God is that it's almost too long and potentially the low point of the discography was my exact note on it.
Okay.
Like,
Top song contender.
wow, it's let me be clear. kind of what Tim's been saying. Instrumentally and like as musicians, they're all very good. You can tell they're good.
Mhm.
It's just how it was compiled in these songs, I felt like was a low point compilation wise, I guess is how I'd phrase it. I don't know if that's the correct terminology there, but it,
Well, and I'm not sure either. So let me ask a follow-up question real quick.
yeah,
And let me paint a picture first here, real quick, because like obviously this third album coming out a year after their second album. They're obviously like doing shows at this point. They're kind of like picking up steam and stuff. They're a real band at this point, right?
yep.
So again, what are these audiences looking like?
If I had to guess, 20, 30 year olds, primarily singles, probably not couples.
Are they
Damn.
moshing?
No, I don't think they're moshing much. Really don't know how you'd mosh to this. I mean, someone find a way to mosh. You can mosh to anything if you really try hard enough, I suppose.
That's true. Or is this like wall of death music? Do we just do a big giant wall of death and call it a day?
Well, I don't know if you'd wall it death, but
Again, I'm trying to picture.
yeah.
You broke him, Bill. You broke him.
I don't know if this is a good thing breaking Tim or not. I never thought I'd get this far. I figured Tim was gonna have the answer for everything. I mean, I kind of would be curious to see what their actual audience is per se. So like, I mean, I know what I am, but at the same time, a good, I'm not a good baseline for any demographic.
Right.
I'm not your stereotypical mid 20s male, like
But you're
listening wise.
wild Bill, so you got a wild hair up your ass and found this band and
Yeah,
like latched on.
And it clicked, and
I latched on.
again,
Yeah,
we'll
it
support
clicked.
the shit out of that. Yeah,
So, and why it clicked, I couldn't tell you.
sure.
Well, let
I
me ask
mean,
you this: did you understand the story through the music without having to go to the website and read the lore page?
yeah, I got it on
Because I didn't.
this one. This one I struggled with.
I had to read the lore page to figure out like what. And to me, that like it's not a good delivery of the story. The story's great, but like you take Green Day's American Idiot for example. By the time you get to track Saint Jimmy, you're like, oh shit, this is a concept record. This tells a story, and you've started to piece it together. But this is like not a good delivery for the story. I don't think.
I mean, I
Yeah,
was
like
able
the
to get it on
melodic
the.
structures are very pop based, but then none of the melodies are like none of them stand out to like actually stick in your head. It's like
Yeah, there's
musically
nothing.
on paper it makes sense and is correct.
Yeah, I didn't walk away from any after listening to these with any song stuck in my head except for Light Bringer, Light Bringer. Like that, but that was awful. The songs that are good don't stick in your head. It's not very I don't know how to describe it.
And again, not knocking the artistic vision. It's done really well. They're clearly talented. They like they're the production is great. Like there's no flaws. It's almost too pristine. Like going back to my little Dave Grohl quote, it's got to have a little ugly in there.
And that's it goes back to the first album. Like there was no ugly on the first album.
Yeah,
I
no
mean, like you take
little
that
ugly on the second album, but even then it felt out of place.
like the Foo Fighters, their first album has that ugly.
Yeah, they've got a few albums. It's like okay, yeah, no, like yeah, it's there.
Yeah. and that's like clean dad rock.
That's
But
pop
even
rock. Yeah, that's radio rock
yeah,
right out the gate. Yeah,
but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find those, you know,
weenie beanies.
weenie beanies. I'll run through my notes real quick. The first track, hey, look, lyrics in the opening track. That's new, but it's still basically a short instrumental lead. God's Debauchery, the first 35 seconds could have been part of the opening track, but whatever. We reveled in starlight. We lay beneath Lucifer's gaze. Uh-oh, they are swerving in Ghost Lane now. This is another one where it feels like the lyrics are just shoehorned into the music. The Cursed Muse, some cool drumming, but they lost me with the vocals. Still, like, I mean, super impressive. Just not my taste. Ghost of Yesterday, I didn't mind it. Lyrics still felt shoehorned in, but there was a few good one-liners. The guitar work was pretty cool in places. Lightbringer, the intro was dumb as fuck. No, wait, the whole thing is dumb as fuck. This is the first song that I have flat out hated. Echoes, it's fine. It felt like a real song. Shadows, the intro goes hard. Another 5-minute long song that doesn't really do anything, though. Dare to Live, the chorus was great. It was fine. The verses were meh. And Sickness and Health, The Ghost of You, where have I heard that before? This one was okay. I could see it on the radio. This God is Dead. Getting ghost vibes like I should be in church or something. Oh my God, I just saw this song is 10 minutes long. If everything sounds grand and epic, then nothing sounds grand and epic. The guy singing just sounds like Ghost.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
Yeah, 4 minutes in, we get another song change. The part after the spoken word section sounds like shoehorned lyrics. Just write a book. Now we're singing in Latin. If you like Ghost, you should like Seven Spires. You end it with a spoken word poem.
I like Ghost.
Yeah, I know. That's what
Ghost.
Me. We have this weird triangle here where, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't.
Does Seven Spires even exist?
I don't know. Question. Now you done broke me. Fuck. Ocean. Yeah, that line about everything sounding grand and epic. Tim kind of touched on it on the last album, and that's when I said, "Yeah, I know what you mean." Oceans of Time, the follow-up song should have been something short and easily digestible, but no, we get a 4-minute song that is no different than the previous 10-minute song. I did like the guitar riffs going on in certain parts. The Unforgotten Name started out good, but quickly goes to grand and epic. If everything is climactic, then nothing is. Shoehorn lyrics again. Like, it's just like poems being sung over some, and then my notes cut off. God Amongst Men, my notes just say nope. Dream Chaser, more Latin, I guess. Yeah, that's fun to listen and sing along to. A few good one-liners here and there, like stand beneath the skies in silence, begging for a start to fall. That was cool. Through Lifetimes, got some Little Mermaid Disney vibes going on. I guess it wouldn't be a Seven Spires album without that Disney animated movie ending. But wait, there's more. Best closing track so far. I was not a fan of this one. Maybe just fatigue, but there's nothing new here from the previous two. And if anything, this one is more bloated. Oh, shit. My notes bled together. Sorry. Fall With Me, my notes is just best closing track so far. The rest of it's my ending notes.
I mean, quick aside, got that final two.
Nice.
And here's the comment I'll have. The gatefold in the middle is the exact same format and layout as the last album.
Well, imagine that.
Then the back is very vanilla. As like this one, I mean, we'll get to Is It Art, but like this one, aesthetically, like the whole album interior as well, is very. It's like, okay, you just cut, copy, pasted what you did the last one, and made a very even more vanilla back.
I'm gonna retouch on that after we do our after because I don't want to
Rank.
spoil anything. After we do our rankings for A Fortress Called Home, I have some theories on some
Mhm.
shit, but we'll get
And
to
for
that.
what it's worth, in case if any of you guys are curious, side A is Wanderer's Prayer to Lightbringer. Side B is Echoes to In Sickness. Side C is God is Dead to The Unforgotten Name. And then D is God Amongst Men to Fall with Me. Which now
Yeah,
I'm
that
thinking
sounds
about
right.
looking at, you're starting side C with this God is Dead. That's a really long side C start.
Well, and any true vinyl player knows side C is usually where you start.
I
So
know. I don't know which
yeah,
side
I
I would
mean,
start with this.
you guys covered most of my notes. I will throw out that Ghost has riffs, even
Yeah,
on their poppiest stuff. They've
they do
got
have
riffs that
riffs.
they've got
Yeah,
riffs. They've got melodies that get stuck in your head, even when they're just doing disco rock. It's like, yeah, but that's a cool riff, and that chorus is catchy.
but the aesthetic is the same. Like it's very
I could
theatrical. It's
see that,
very
sure. It's very theatrical. It's very Nightmare Before Christmas meets Hot Topic meets Halloween.
My biggest complaint though is like everything sounds like it is the most important shit in the world. And then like there's no emphasis on anything. Like the whole thing is just as important as musically, I'll say. Like the melody, the presentation, like there's no like for a concept album or series of albums, there's no
It's
like
like it's
highs and
it's too
lows.
big. It's too
Just write a
grandiose.
book. Write a book. It would be a fantastic story to tell through a novel. Like, I don't know.
I couldn't. I wasn't following a story. I I saw that there was like a story actually written out. You can like, and they let you know what the story is, and I just couldn't go down that hole. Um,
But I if because I heard the records first up until this one, and then I went and read the lore page, and I'm like, I didn't get any of that.
yeah,
Like it. I mean, I'm sure it's there, and if I had the vinyl and I had the lyrics and I was reading through it, but it's hard for me to catch the lyrics if it's like she starts throat singing or something. Like
well,
I
and
Or
just
again,
tune
close to
in
out.
Latin.
2021, who's actually sitting there with the lyric book while they're listening to a new album?
Well, even I mean, I had Spotify. I listened to it on Spotify, and the lyrics were scrolling,
Sure, okay.
but yeah, I'm not retaining any of it. Like I'm not interested, I guess, because the music is so off-putting that I don't know. I'd read a novel of the story of the siren and the lover and the but whatever. I but I this is not for me. My closing notes. Well, I guess we got to rank it. I'm not guessing.
I think I'm guessing this one.
Yeah, I believe it's your turn to
Yes.
guess.
Okay.
You're welcome, Tim.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. Because I'm putting it last, so I think everybody's putting it last.
You're right for me.
You're right for me.
Cool.
I gave myself the hard one intentionally. You all are welcome.
My closing note says maybe just fatigue, but there is nothing new here from the previous two, and if anything, this one is more bloated. The only thing that works for this band is Adrian's vocals and the vision of storytelling. Just write a book, maybe an audio book. You can't get the world building. You can't get the world building out of the songs. Like my 17-year-old daughter picked us up. It's like there's no world building or character building. It gets very
And again, there's no like real like there's choruses, but they're not repeated enough to like actually be a chorus,
Yeah.
and
I
they're
th-
not memorable enough to like keep you along with the story.
yeah, exactly.
Ah,
I think they
but
have
I
good
disagree.
ideals,
Yeah, yeah.
but if you have to read a lore page on a website to understand what's going on, the art's not coming through well enough, I think.
And maybe that's part of the whole marketing strategy in as we enter the second quarter of the century. Maybe that is the direction of music nowadays. Um, but yeah, I agree. Like if you can't get it from the music or the music and the physical album artwork, it probably needs something.
I love a good concept record. I love a good concept record over multiple
Mm-hmm.
records.
Mm-hmm.
There's just this has been done better. Even Marilyn Manson's Antichrist trilogy is a better concept vision, like or concept album. It fits better than what they did here. Like even Marilyn Manson, his coked up ass, I think pulled it off better. It's
And
better
that's
than.
another one I'm going to ask. Is this even metal?
I mean, is Marilyn Manson metal?
That will be a question if we ever get there.
He's got riffs.
Well, stick around for that one.
Is there distortion?
Where's distortion?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How many more boxes we gotta check?
There might be a throat singing a little bit here and there too.
Oh,
Well,
that's
we'll
another
see.
one.
We'll see.
We'll
I'm
get there.
not familiar enough to make that judgment yet,
We'll
but I'm
get
going
there.
in with that question because I
Oh,
certainly know who he was marketed to.
oh, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, at least we could confidently say this is not new metal.
Well, no,
Very
no.
true. Very
It is
true.
not new metal.
Very true.
It's
And
better
so
than
that's a
that.
point in its direction. Yeah.
But is it not new metal because they weren't even born when new metal was at its peak and they missed it?
I mean, that's a big part of it. There's also no rapping. And,
Yeah.
and
There's no
yeah,
rapping.
and like, we're not just doing dumb, detuned, flap the strings against the neck riffs.
There's no ooh ra da da ooh da da da
Yeah.
da
Wah!
ooh wah. Anyway, stick around. Fortress Called Home
And
is next.
their first single wasn't a cover of some shitty 80s pop song.
Yeah, there's no
I say
smooth.
all of these have been originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, no covers. No covers.
Well, do I ask my next question now or later?
Are you waiting for Disney to call? You waiting for Mickey
Well, I
Mouse to
mean,
call?
yeah, I mean, like, what band would this band cover? Like,
That'd be
I
interesting.
like when bands do new shit, of course, but I also like kind of being able to hear what your influences are.
Well, I think you missed their influences. I think they're all that early 2000, late 2000, 2010s, like that emo, screamo, like the Used, the
Well, sure, but even then, like, I'm familiar enough with the used to not hear any of it here.
no, yeah, the Used is
Image
probably.
wise, maybe.
I don't know. I really don't know. They're from Boston, Massachusetts, so
Right. So their
Boston's
biggest competition is what? Godsmack? Who
I
else
don't
has
know.
come out of Boston in at least 30 years?
That takes Aerosmith off the list. That takes Dinosaur Jr. off the list.
Right,
Dropkick
right,
Murphys.
right.
They're off the list.
Yeah, I'm not getting any Dropkick Murphys here.
No.
Not getting any Jerry's Kids. No Gangrene. No Cars.
There might be a little bit of Cars. Like later Cars.
Maybe.
Well, no, because there's no the choruses aren't as repetitive as
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not poppy enough, I don't
Yeah,
think.
it's not
Yeah.
poppy enough. I
There's
don't
no you
know.
might think I'm crazy here, for
You
sure.
might think I'm. Oh man, we gotta do the fucking Cars.
I'm in, man. I love that band.
I got vinyl of the Cars.
As do I.
Oh, get that
That one I
Candy-O.
don't have.
I did just pick up Candy O.
If you ain't got
Yes.
Candy-O, Bill, that's a vinyl you gotta get. And
I'll
get the
have to
I
list
could
of
gatefold.
all the
go.
other vinyls to get.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed with Candy-O. All right. Stick around. Fortress Called Home is next. It's going to be good because you'll be able to check out what we reviewed it when it first came out, first impressions. Now that we've had time with it and it's sat with after listening to the whole discography, who knows? We'll see how this goes. Be safe and make what, Bill?
Above average decisions.
That'll work. That'll work. Don't be no slouch.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.